Welcome to a journey that will transform the way you approach success, fulfillment, and happiness. Imagine a life where you're no longer chasing after your dreams with exhaustion, but instead allowing them to come to you naturally, effortlessly. This book is your guide to embracing a new way of being, one where success flows to you, not through relentless struggle, but by aligning with your true self and attracting it with ease. In this first chapter, we will explore the powerful principles that set the stage for a life where success is not forced, but gracefully drawn into your orbit. Prepare to unlock the secret to living in harmony with your goals as they begin to seek you out. Gaining an understanding of the traits of chasing. The act of chasing, which includes going after one's objectives, desires, and even personal relationships with unwavering determination, is frequently lauded in modern culture. Our education instills in us the belief that the most important factors in achieving success are perseverance, hard effort, and an unbreakable determination. On the other hand, this never-ending pursuit can result in tiredness, dissatisfaction, and an ongoing sense that what we have is never sufficient. With the habit of chasing, our judgment can get clouded, and we may end up pursuing pathways that are not in alignment with our most fundamental beliefs or our authentic selves. We are forced to make choices based on the fear of missing out, FOMO, which creates an atmosphere that is fraught with tension and a sense of urgency. It is of the utmost importance to differentiate between determination and desperation. Determination is motivated by fear and a lack of resources, whereas desperation is driven by passion and purpose. The principle of effortlessness as used in. There are many different philosophical and spiritual traditions all over the world that have their origins in the concept of effortlessness. These traditions range from Taoism's Wu Wei to contemporary conceptions of flow states. There is no correlation between effortlessness and a lack of action or concern. It is more accurate to say that it implies a state of being that is harmonic, in which one's activities are in harmony with one's actual nature and the natural rhythms of existence. Letting up of the impulse to exert control over every outcome is a necessary step toward embracing effortlessness. This is about having faith in the process and having faith that the opportunities that are good for you will come to you at the correct times. In order to make this change, one must have a profound faith in both themselves and the universe, as well as the realization that there is a time for action and a time for contemplation. Developing capacity for patience and presence. Being patient and being present in the moment are two of the most important aspects of not chasing after something. A state of active endurance and remaining rooted in the present now, regardless of what the future may hold, is what we mean when we talk about patience. Patience is not merely waiting passively. The ability to recognize possibilities when they present themselves is facilitated by this, as opposed to the tendency to pursue every opportunity out of fear of missing out. Being present enables us to have a more complete experience of life, to be grateful for what we already possess, and to make decisions that are more in line with our most fundamental principles. When it comes to success, it is important to recognize that many forms of success are incremental and frequently unnoticeable in their early phases. It is also important to enjoy the trip and the destination equally, instead of forming attachments, setting intentions. In order to allow success to come to us without human intervention, we need to learn how to set intentions without becoming unduly connected to the results. As a result of the fact that they channel our energy and attention in important areas, intentions are extremely powerful. The attachment that we have to particular results, on the other hand, can cause us to return to the cycle of chasing and stress. You should concentrate on what you are able to control, such as your actions, your thoughts, and your conduct, when you are making intentions, and then let go of control over the outcome. When you take this approach, not only does it help you feel less anxious, but it also makes it possible for you to explore a larger variety of chances and possibilities, some of which you may not have considered if you were really set on a particular outcome. Making use of the power of subtle shifts is the topic of Chapter 2. Take advantage of silence to gain more insight. Despite the fact that quiet is a scarce commodity in the fast-paced world that we live in, it is one of the most effective tools for cultivating a deeper connection with ourselves and our goals. Noise is not the only thing that constitutes silence. Rather, silence is a profound presence that enables one to engage in reflection and gain clarity. When we take a moment to pause and fully appreciate silence, we create an environment in which our genuine wants and needs can emerge. The impulse to pursue superficial goals that do not connect with our deeper purpose can be reduced by engaging in this quiet contemplation, which is vital for aligning our actions with our real selves. Being able to let go of things. Mastering the art of letting go is one of the most transforming acts that you can perform for yourself. In order to accomplish this, we must let go of outmoded beliefs, behaviors that are not beneficial, and concerns that keep us bound to failures from the past or worries about the future. It is a freeing process that makes room for new experiences and chances to come into one's life when one lets go of something. The key is to have faith that when we let go of things that are no longer beneficial to us, we create space for personal development and achievement that is in line with our actual potential. A useful piece of advice: decluttering mindfully. To begin, you should begin by clearing out the clutter in your physical surroundings, which frequently reflects and influences your mental state. It is important to pay attention to the feelings and thoughts that come up as you clear away the clutter. This exercise has the potential to unearth concealed attachments and resistances, so assisting you in gaining a more profound comprehension of the things that you need to let go of. To attract abundance, cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Being grateful acts as a powerful magnet that attracts abundance. When we pay attention to what we already possess and acknowledge the worth of the resources we already possess, we are able to attract more of the things that we value. Your emphasis switches from what is lacking to what is abundantly present when you practice gratitude. This causes a change in your vibratory energy and brings you into alignment with the frequencies represented by success and contentment. Reflection on gratitude on a daily basis is a useful tip. Compose a list of 3 things for which you are thankful at the beginning and the conclusion of each day. Your mind will be trained to identify and enjoy wealth via the use of this straightforward exercise, which will pave the way for more to come into your life without any effort. Failure should be reframed as feedback. If you fall into the trap of viewing failure as a personal defeat, you will find yourself stuck in the tiresome cycle of trying to achieve success. Instead, reframe failure as an essential form of feedback in the process of teaching and learning. Each and every obstacle presents you with the chance to acquire useful insights that can help you improve your approach and strengthen your resilience. Changing your viewpoint on failure can help you overcome the anxiety of trying new things and moving outside of your comfort zone, both of which are crucial stages for natural growth and success. The feedback journal is a useful piece of advice. It is important to maintain a notebook in which you record your failures and the lessons that you learned from them. Not only will this alter the way you feel about disappointment, but it will also provide a transparent record of your development over the course of time. Become more empathetic toward both yourself and other people. Empathy is a quality that is essential for developing meaningful connections with other people and living a life that is fulfilling. Through cultivating empathy with oneself, one can learn to treat one's own experiences and feelings with kindness and understanding, so lowering the internal pressure that serves as the driving force behind the pursuit. By extending empathy to other people, you can cultivate stronger relationships and possibilities for collaboration, which will ultimately improve both your personal and professional life. Meditation on empathy, a useful piece of advice. Meditation should be practiced on a regular basis with the goal of comprehending and experiencing the feelings of both yourself and other people. Practicing this will help you improve your emotional intelligence, which in turn can improve how you relate to yourself and how you interact with other people. Building momentum through mindful actions is the topic of Chapter 3. Make intentional actions your top priority instead of busy work. Establishing a clear distinction between being busy and being productive is an essential step in the process of attracting success in a natural way. The tasks that make up busy work are frequently those that are designed to fill time, but do not appreciably advance your goals. Instead, you should concentrate on acts that are intentional, which are actions that are closely associated with your primary goals and have the ability to actually make progress that is meaningful. An important piece of advice: the to-list method. The first thing you should do every morning is make 2 lists, one for the chores that are absolutely necessary for progressing your goals, and another for the tasks that are less important. Have a firm commitment to finishing the most important chores first. This ensures that your energy is spent on things that have a significant impact, so lowering the impulse to engage in activities that are pointless and busy. Connect with the insights of your body. In addition to knowing when to push forward and when to pull back, your body possesses an innate intelligence that guides it in determining what is best for you. It is essential to acquire the skill of listening to the signals that your body sends you in order to keep your energy and health levels up, which are the foundations of effortless success. It is possible to experience burnout if you choose to ignore these signs, but paying attention to them might lead you to more sustainable strategies. Body scan meditation is a useful piece of advice. Your daily practice should include a meditation in which you perform a body scan. You will be able to address your body's needs before they become health problems if you engage in this technique, which entails mentally scanning your body to become aware of feelings and regions of stress. Learn the art of refusing to accept things. In order to keep one's attention on what really matters, it is essential to have the ability to say no. You dilute your energy and divert your path away from effortless achievement each time you say yes to something that is not aligned with your beliefs or goals. This is exactly what happens when you say yes to something. You can save your time and energy for the activities and relationships that actually improve your life and bring you closer to achieving your goals if you are able to master the art of saying no. Refusal scripts, a useful piece of advice. In order to decline invites or requests that do not correspond with your priorities, you should prepare a few scripts in advance. By practicing these scripts, you will become accustomed to delivering them in a manner that is both forceful and kind. Chapter 4. Bringing yourself into harmony with your true self. Find out what your core values are. To live a life that naturally attracts success, it is vital to have a complete understanding of your basic principles and to connect them with your actions. The compass that directs your decisions, behaviors, and interactions is the set of values that you currently hold. Having activities that are in line with your values allows you to feel more fulfilled and reduces the amount of internal conflict you experience, which in turn reduces the need to seek validation from outside sources. Exercise for evaluating values, a useful piece of advice. Begin by making a list of all the principles that strike a chord with you, and then select the 5 that you feel are most important. Reflect on whether the decisions you are making in your life right now are in line with these values. To better reflect what is genuinely important to you, make adjustments to the actions and commitments you have made. Take care of your aspirations. An individual's passions infuse their daily existence with vitality and serve as a source of motivation. Work will feel less like a duty and more like a natural extension of your interests when you participate in activities that you are enthusiastic about for the purpose of pursuing your interests. This alignment generates a magnetic attraction for opportunities that are congruent with your talents and passions so that you can take advantage of them. A useful hint: give your passion project some time. Regardless of how insignificant the project may be, set aside some time every week to work on it. This will not only make your life more fulfilling, but it will also boost your energy and creativity in other aspects of your life. Development of mindfulness and presence is the topic of Chapter 5. Incorporate mindfulness into your everyday activities. With the practice of mindfulness, one is able to be fully present and involved in the moment at hand without being distracted or passing judgment on what is happening. When you make mindfulness a regular part of your routine, you cultivate a state of awareness that improves your answers to both difficulties and opportunities. This, in turn, makes it easier for success to occur organically around you. Exercise with mindful eating, a useful piece of advice. Take something as basic as eating as your starting point. Pay careful attention to the flavor, the texture, and the aroma of the meal you are eating. Your delight will increase, and your connection to the here and now will become stronger as a result of this practice. Reduce in order to amplify. Simplifying anything can be a powerful tool in a society where excessive complexity is frequently interpreted as a sign of intelligence. Simplifying your life and the chores you have to complete can lead to more clarity and focus, which in turn makes it simpler to engage completely with the things that are truly important to you. This results in activities that are more effective and less energy that is squandered on things that are not vital. A helpful hint: clear the clutter from your workspace. To get started, clear out the clutter in your physical office. If you have a clear place, you will have a clear mind, which will allow you to think more creatively and with greater concentration. Put the power of visualization to work for you. Through the use of visualization, you may bring your subconscious mind into alignment with your conscious goals, which will make it much simpler for you to attract the success that you envision. Through the practice of continually picturing your ideal outcomes, you may train your mind to detect and take advantage of the chances that have the potential to turn those outcomes into a reality. A daily routine for visualization, a useful piece of advice. Invest a few minutes of your time every day in envisioning yourself attaining a certain goal or having the perfect day. If you want the photos to have a greater impact, you should make them as detailed and vibrant as possible. Resilient optimism should be practiced. As long as you keep a resiliently positive viewpoint, you will be able to tackle obstacles and challenges with a mindset that sees them as temporary and able to be overcome. It is not the same thing as ignoring reality. Rather, it is the decision to see and take action on the opportunities that could lead to favorable outcomes. Journal of Optimism provides a useful hint. Maintain a notebook in which you reinterpret the obstacles you face on a regular basis in a positive way. This helps you develop the habit of viewing life through an optimistic lens, which can have a significant impact on your performance in both your personal and professional life. Leveraging emotional intelligence is the topic of Chapter 6. Become aware of and take control of your feelings. The first step toward developing emotional intelligence is developing self-awareness, which means being aware of your own emotional states and comprehending how those states influence your thoughts and actions. If you are able to properly manage your emotions, you will be able to negotiate problems and interactions with calm and intention, thereby creating an environment in which success can develop naturally. Emotional tracking is a useful, practical tip. Create a daily journal in which you record your feelings and the circumstances that bring them on. Your ability to recognize trends and better prepare replies for future interactions will improve as a result of this practice. Strengthen your capabilities in communication. Establishing solid relationships, both in one's personal life and in one's work life, requires communication that is both clear and empathic. In addition to being able to articulate their thoughts, effective communicators are also able to actively listen to others and comprehend their points of view. This collection of skills is necessary for achieving success in collaborative endeavors and for leadership. Exercises in active listening are a useful piece of advice. Active listening is a skill that may be practiced by summarizing what other people say before you answer. Not only does this demonstrate that you respect their input, but it also guarantees that you have a fundamental comprehension of their perspective. Strengthen the relationships you have. It is common for the level of trust and cooperation you receive to be directly proportional to the strength of the relationships you have. The creation of a network of allies who are able to aid and support you in achieving your goals can be accomplished by investing in your relationships, by demonstrating real interest and providing support when it is required. A helpful hint: conducting frequent check-ins. Maintain regular contact with important co-workers, acquaintances, and family members by setting up check-ins. Make use of these opportunities not only to talk about your requirements, but also to inquire about their life and the difficulties they face, and to determine how you may be of assistance. Stress management, that is proactive. Improving your general well-being and preserving your capacity to operate at your highest level are both benefits of practicing effective stress management. By taking preventative measures against stress, you can avoid burnout and ensure that you remain connected with your path to effortless success. Stress-relieving routines, a useful piece of advice. Create habits that will assist you in managing stress before it becomes too severe. In order to ensure that you keep a healthy and balanced attitude to both your work and your life, this may involve indulging in hobbies that relax you, practicing meditation on a daily basis, or engaging in regular exercise. Gaining control of your own self-discipline and consistency in Chapter 7. Make sure your goals are lucid and attainable. The foundation of self-discipline is the establishment of goals that are both specific and attainable. Your mind will have a clear target to focus on and will be less prone to become distracted when you have clearly stated your goals. This concentration is necessary in order to keep up the consistency that is required in order to attract success in a natural way. A useful piece of advice: SMART goals. Develop objectives that are SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and on a time-bound basis. This structure guarantees that your objectives are clearly articulated and that you are able to monitor your advancement, so ensuring that you remain motivated and on track. Establish a routine to serve as a foundation for your day. Habits are formed by routines, which are effective tools that lessen the need for frequent decision-making, which can sap mental resources. Routines also help create habits. It is possible to begin or end your day with a sense of purpose and tranquility by establishing a morning or evening routine. This can make it easier for you to concentrate and be productive. Useful advice: create the routine that is perfect for you. Consider the pursuits that help you feel more connected to the world or that stoke the fires of your passion and make them a part of your daily routine. This may include activities such as meditation, reading, physical activity, or journaling. These are all activities that help you to center your concentration and get ready for the day ahead. You may maximize your productivity by using time blocking. Time blocking is a form of time management that involves partitioning your day into blocks of time, with each block of time being dedicated to the completion of a particular activity or group of chores. Using this strategy, you will be able to manage your time more effectively and experience less stress as a result of having an excessive amount of work. Applying time blocks is a useful piece of advice. Each day, devote specific chunks of time to the activities that are most essential to you. Turning off notifications and telling others of your availability will ensure that these blocks are free of interruptions and will allow you to concentrate freely. Making use of the power of positive thinking is the topic of Chapter 8. It is important to cultivate a positive attitude. Having a positive attitude does not mean ignoring the difficulties that life presents. Rather, it means confronting these difficulties with a mindset that places more of an emphasis on possibilities and solutions than on problems. Having this perspective enables you to face challenges with fortitude, so creating space in your life for success to come into your life without conscious effort. The use of positive mantras as a practical tip. Using positive mantras to begin your day is a great way to start. During your morning routine, choose words that are congruent with your objectives and repeat them to yourself in order to establish a positive attitude for the rest of the day. Concentrate on finding solutions, not problems. Whenever you come across challenges, you should redirect your attention away from the problems themselves and onto the potential solutions. Not only does this change reduce tension, but it also stimulates your creative and resourceful abilities, which are essential qualities for achieving natural success. A useful hint: brainstorming with a focus on finding solutions. At the moment that an issue presents itself, you should take a moment to jot down as many alternative answers as you can think of, regardless of how unconventional they may seem. Your brain will be trained to think in a constructive manner with this activity, and it will also keep you focused on positively oriented goals. Authentic leadership is the key to expanding your influence, as discussed in Chapter 9. Create a genuine example of leadership. Being true to oneself while managing other people is an essential component of authentic leadership. Transparency, ethics, and a real concern for the health and happiness of your staff are all characteristics that are required. Your ability to lead in an authentic manner will automatically increase your impact and the collective success of your organization. This is because you will inspire trust and respect among your followers. Journal of Leadership, a useful piece of advice. Make sure to keep a leadership journal in which you record your thoughts and feelings regarding your leadership style, as well as your daily interactions and decisions. This assists in the maintenance of an authentic approach and suggests ways in which growth and improvement can be made. Maintain a clear and purposeful communication style. Leadership requires strong communication skills to be successful. It is possible to ensure that your ideas are understood and that your commands are followed by communicating in a way that is clear, succinct, and meaningful. In addition to this, it eliminates misunderstandings, which are a potential source of conflict and inefficiency. Workshops on communication skills are a useful piece of advice. It might be beneficial to both you and your team to participate in communication skills, training, or workshops. This skill set can be considerably improved collectively, which can significantly raise the effectiveness of the dynamics inside your organization. Create a culture that encourages empowerment. It is not enough for a leader to only instruct. They must also empower their followers. An environment that fosters a sense of capability among members of a team and encourages them to take initiative and make decisions is conducive to the development of a workplace that is more dynamic and innovative. Consider delegating meaningful tasks as a practical step. Determine the duties that you may allocate to members of the team that will present them with challenges and give them the opportunity to develop. They will be able to achieve success in these duties if you provide them with the required support and feedback. Build a resilient team with your efforts. The capacity for resilience is just as important for individuals as it is for groups. When faced with problems, a resilient team is better able to adjust to new circumstances and overcome obstacles. The cultivation of this resilience requires the provision of resources, training, and an environment that is supportive on the part of the leader. Suggestions for everyday life: resilience training sessions. Regular training sessions that are centered on the development of resilience should be organized. Develop your ability to adapt, manage stress, and solve problems by participating in activities that promote these skills. Display compassion and comprehension in your actions. When it comes to leadership, empathy is a strong weapon. The ability to comprehend and communicate the emotions of your team members can assist you in addressing their concerns and motivating them in a more efficient manner. Because of this emotional connection, loyalty and a strong sense of team spirit are fostered. Regular one-on-one meetings are a useful piece of advice. A frequent one-on-one meeting with each member of the team should be scheduled in order to gain an understanding of their issues, aspirations, and feedback. Not only does this practice demonstrate that you care about your team, but it also offers significant insights into how you can better assist and lead everyone on your team. Creating an impactful legacy is the topic of Chapter 10. What will be your legacy? Gaining an understanding of what it is that you wish to leave behind might assist in directing your choices and efforts toward having a significant influence. It is important that your legacy reflects the ideals that are most important to you and the change that you want to make in the world. The acts that you choose are not just successful, but also significant, and this vision directs you toward such actions. Tip for the practical: statement of legacy. Write a statement that highlights what you want to be known for and include it in your legacy statement. Keep this remark in mind whenever you are making significant choices in order to guarantee that they are in line with the influence you want to produce. Move with a focus on the long term. Long-term contributions, rather than short-term benefits, are the key to achieving success that is sustainable. Take into consideration the long-term effects that your initiatives or goals will have on your community, industry, and the wider globe while you are planning them or setting them. You can rest assured that your efforts will contribute to long-term advantages and sustainable growth if you adopt this attitude. Impact analysis, a useful piece of advice. A comprehensive impact study should be carried out for every big decision or project. Think about the potential long-term benefits and cons, paying particular attention to how these things coincide with the legacy you want to leave behind. Inspire others to take the lead. True leadership is a form of leadership that inspires others to take on leadership roles. Expanding your influence and the beneficial impact of your job can be accomplished by cultivating leadership traits in individuals who are in your immediate vicinity. Because of this, a ripple effect is created, which has the potential to revolutionize communities and organizations. An important piece of advice: mentorship programs. Participate in or create mentorship programs within your community or organization, or create such programs yourself. Emphasis should be placed on enabling future leaders by facilitating the exchange of information, offering direction, and supporting their professional development. Invest in the development of the community. Putting money into your community is a wonderful way to leave a legacy that will last for generations. The contributions you make, whether they be in the form of volunteer labor, financial assistance, or the provision of your knowledge, have the potential to bring about major improvements in the lives of other people. Plan for community engagement, a useful piece of advice. Locate the most important aspects of your community in which you have the potential to make a difference. Develop a strategy for consistent participation, whether it is through volunteer work, organizing fundraising events, or participating in educational programs. Adopt ethical behavior and practices. It is absolutely necessary to uphold strong ethical standards in order to construct a legacy that truly resonates with accomplishment and integrity. Trust and respect are essential for long-term impact and the maintenance of your accomplishments, and ethical actions help to cultivate both of these qualities. A useful hint: conducting ethics audits. Ethics audits should be performed on a regular basis to assess both your personal and business actions. You should make sure that your activities regularly represent the ethical standards that are expected in your sector, as well as your own personal convictions. If you do this, you will not only avoid potential disputes, but you will also enhance your reputation and earn the respect of your peers and the community surrounding you. Cultivating a mindset for abundance is our topic for Chapter 11. Make a transition from scarcity to abundance. For the purpose of effortlessly attracting success, it is vital to shift from a mindset of scarcity, which sees restrictions and lack, to a mindset of plenty, which perceives unlimited possibilities. A more expansive vision of potential and resources is encouraged as a result of this shift, which in turn fosters creativity and flexibility. Reflection on scarcity versus abundance, a useful piece of advice. Take some time every day to reflect on times when you felt constrained by the mindset of shortage. You can challenge these attitudes by seeing the possibility for abundance that exists in certain circumstances. Participating in this activity will assist you in progressively shifting your outlook. Acknowledge the influence that your thoughts have. Your mental processes have a significant influence on the world around you. When one cultivates beliefs that are optimistic and broad, it supports results that are congruent with these qualities. You can increase the number of opportunities and resources available to you by continually cultivating a happy frame of mind. Word of advice: conduct a thought audit. You should do regular audits of your thoughts in order to discover trends that may have their origins in limitations or negativity. Affirmations that support abundance and positivity should be actively replaced with ones that are positive. You should broaden your sphere of influence. Increasing the size of your professional and social networks can provide you with access to new opportunities, ideas, and viewpoints. Having interactions with a wide variety of people can stimulate creative thinking and open doors to opportunities for achievement that you might not have previously considered. Tips for the real world. Aims for networking. Establish concrete objectives for the expansion of your network. You may meet people who bring a variety of perspectives and experiences to the table by attending events, joining forums, and participating in groups where you can meet like-minded individuals. Generosity should be practiced. Generosity is the mother of generosity. You not only help other people by sharing your time, resources, and experience with them, but you also develop yourself as a leader and an influential figure in the community. Being generous inspires others to do the same and helps to cultivate a network of support that can help you get closer to achieving your objectives. A helpful hint: organize a day dedicated to giving back. Every month, select a day to devote your whole attention to giving back to the community, whether it be through mentoring, volunteering, or providing assistance to a colleague. Engaging in this consistent act of generosity helps to develop a life that is plentiful. Make a habit of expressing gratitude. Expressing gratitude amplifies pleasant feelings and brings more of the things for which you are grateful into your life for you to experience. When you show gratitude for what you already possess, you make room in your heart for even more to come your way. Thankfulness is the catalyst for a cycle of wealth. The Daily Gratitude Alerts, a useful piece of advice. Throughout the day, you should set many alarms to serve as reminders to take a moment to pause and think about anything that you are thankful for at that same moment. You will remain firmly planted in an abundance mindset throughout the day if you engage in this frequent exercise. Embracing change as a powerful driver of growth is the topic of Chapter 12. Change should be viewed as an opportunity. Change is frequently regarded as a difficulty, but when you view it as an opportunity for progress, it may completely alter the way you address challenges in both your personal and professional life. This viewpoint inspires you to venture beyond of your comfort zone and investigate new opportunities that are in line with the goals you have set for yourself in terms of achieving success. Change impact analysis is a useful piece of advice. Conduct an impact analysis whenever you are confronted with a substantial shift in order to determine the ways in which this change can either benefit you or move you forward. Consequently, this assists in recasting future difficulties as chances for their improvement. Continue to be adaptable in your approach. When it comes to effectively exploiting change, flexibility is essential. Having a rigid attitude can result in lost chances and tension that is not necessary. Maintaining a flexible approach to your procedures allows you to make adjustments when required and discover novel approaches to accomplishing your objectives. A useful hint: planning for adaptation to different scenarios. Make it a habit to regularly consider a variety of circumstances that may arise in your career and personal life. Ensure that you are able to maintain your effectiveness regardless of the circumstances by developing tactics that are flexible for each. Developing resilience through ongoing education and training. You will not only become more competent if you continually update your skills and knowledge, but you will also become more robust to change after doing so. Acquiring new knowledge helps to maintain mental agility and makes you better equipped to deal with unforeseen changes in your environment or sector. Challenges to learn. Every month, a useful piece of advice. If you want to learn something new every month, you need make it a challenge for yourself. It could be a new pastime, a new skill, a new book, or perhaps a new workshop of some kind. Because of this ongoing learning, your brain remains active and constantly prepared for change. Develop a reliable and supportive network. When it comes to navigating new areas, having a solid support network can help alleviate the stress that comes with change and provide assistance and tools. In order to guarantee that you have a strong foundation upon which to rely throughout times of transition, it is important to surround yourself with supportive peers and mentors. Support network reviews, a useful piece of advice for. Your support network should be evaluated and strengthened on a regular basis. Make an effort to establish relationships with critical individuals who provide various sorts of support and identify those folks who offer assistance in a variety of forms. Frequent introspection and alterations. You are able to evaluate how effectively you are adjusting to changes and determine what modifications need to be done in order to maintain your level of achievement by engaging in regular reflection. This routine guarantees that you are always in line with your objectives and that you are making the most of any new possibilities that come your way. Review sessions held quarterly, a useful piece of advice. You should schedule some time every 3 months to evaluate your progress, the changes you've experienced, and the ways in which you've adjusted to them. In order to maximize your effectiveness in dealing with change, you should modify your strategy and plans in light of these reflections.